I mean, I asked for my release like 6 months before they let me go. I just told John Laurinaitis that I didn't like it here. I hated the morale. I hated the creative aspect of WWE. I'm just not a big fan of it. You got guys writing for you that never played a sport in their lives, and they don't know how to write for true athletes or top tier athletes or Division I athletes like myself or Shelton. It's very disheartening, and it's very political. It's very cutthroat. And I don't kiss ass, and I'm not going to kiss anyone's ass to get a push. I'm not going to sit there and stroke someone. That's just not me. I wasn't brought up that way. Dude, everything I've done in my life, I've gone out for. I've always succeeded. State championships, Division I All-Americans. Always been a starter. So I mean, I'm not one to kiss ass, man. I've been an amateur wrestler. It's a sport where you don't need teammates to succeed. When you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. It's on you. You don't blame it on 5 other people or 11 other people. So a lot of it was just us butting heads. Creative had nothing for me. They don't know how to write for athletes like us. And man, and to be honest with you, I had nothing for them because I was miserable. I wanted out. I mean, you can ask Carlito. He's the same way, man. And so is Shelton. It's just it looks good, but it's not all what's cracked up, behind the scenes.
So in many ways then, when you did get told you were being released, was it a relief in some way?
Oh, bro, you have no idea. I mean, it was such a relief because it's such a really bad work atmosphere. I mean, everything's good on the house shows when you're with, like, the agents like Dean Malenko, Arn Anderson, Ken, Dave Finley, Jamie Noel. It's fun to be on there, but when you go to TV and you got to listen to the bullshit, and you got to sit there and you got to deal with all the the cutthroat, the bullshit that Michael Hayes feeds you, him backstabbing you all the time, or you got to, anybody that's under his regime or all the broken promises. It's like, you don't want to be there. You're just like, this is not, it's just like it's such a negative work atmosphere, and you take that home to your family, and it's not healthy, and you would never want to do that. So when you realize that you're bringing all that negativity home to your family, you want to get up and you want to find a different job. You want to get up and say, you know what, I got to make a change. And that's what I decided, man. It was time for me to make a change, time for me to move on,
With that last answer in mind then, I remember you were over here in the UK, I believe it was in January of 2006 for 1PW. And
right.
I remember at a Q&A, you were asked, are you going back to WWE? And at that time, you confirmed it. And I believe you said something to the degree of, because you have a family and money is money. With that in mind then, would you go back again if you were given the opportunity to go back? Or are you really done with WWE?
To be honest with you, I would never go back because, dude, I buried them so bad on all my interviews, they'd probably never want me back, but I would never go back. I mean, I'm so successful without them. I went back because of the money, but during that time, I'm not some idiot. I built my own business. I built something to where I don't need their money to live on. I'm living on, I do wrestling for fun now and the rest of the way I want to. I'm an educated man. I got this degree from Seton Hall University at Big East School. I've worked for Goldman Sachs, a top brokerage firm, so I know how to invest money and I know how to survive. And so, dude, I went back with him just to put money away and to start a new business, and that's exactly what I did. So now I don't have to put up with any of that. I just went ahead and I said to myself, man, I'm going to use him just to put money away to build my future, and that way I never have to go back. I don't have to worry about how this bill's going to get paid or where this money's going to come from, or if I got to rely on wrestling. I do wrestling now for the fun of it. I do wrestling the way I want to and who I want to do it with.
That's really great to hear. With that in mind then, wrestling with people you want to, let's talk about your tag team with Shelton Benjamin. Obviously, as mentioned at the top of the interview, former WWE Tag Team Champions, and toward the end of your recent WWE run, you were able to reform your tag team with Shelton Benjamin on some television matches. How was it being given the opportunity to reform that team?
The second time around, it pretty much sucked. It wasn't for Shelton or anything. It was just, we know they don't push tag team wrestling like they used to. So it was just, when you're at a company that doesn't appreciate tag team wrestling or only builds the company around one championship, and that's the heavyweight championship, and they really don't give a shit about the tag teams or the IC or US, I mean, you know it's not going anywhere. So was our heart into it? I mean, we always want to put on the best match and make it look good, but when you know that fucking Michael Hayes is stabbing you in the back because you guys are getting over, or some other writer that doesn't know how to write for you, then you know, or Kevin Dunn, who thinks he knows everything, doesn't know jack shit. When people like that are burying you, it's hard to be like, hey man, let's make this work. We're gonna have a great run like we did with Team Angle, the world's greatest tag team, because we know that's not the case, So would we have liked it, the potential to be better? Yeah. Was it? No, it wasn't.